Good morning, everyone. This is Charalambos Pissouros, Senior Analyst at IronFX, bringing you the morning comment for the 3rd of October. Theresa May says Article 50 will be triggered in March. Speaking at the Conservative Party conference over the weekend, UK Prime Minister Theresa May stated that the process of leaving the EU will begin by the end of March, providing some much-needed clarity to businesses as to the timing of Brexit. The British pound opened with a gap lower on Monday against its major counterparts, perhaps because some investors expected Article 50 to be triggered later. Another reason for the gap down may have been May's strong indications that she would not abandon the right to curb immigration to the UK and that she will seek a clear break from the bloc, intensifying concerns that the UK may be headed for a hard Brexit. Focus will now turn to a speech by UK Chancellor Hammond today, where he could provide some insights over the nation's fiscal response to Brexit and specifically how the government plans to adjust its spending and tax policies. A clear signal from Hammond that the UK now plans to abandon the previous government's target of a fiscal stimulus, of a fiscal surplus by 2020, could bring sterling under renewed selling pressure. Overnight, the Bank of Japan released its quarterly Tankan survey for the 3rd quarter. Both the large non-manufacturers' figures declined, indicating that conditions for service providers remain soft and are expected to worsen even further in coming months. The large manufacturers' indices remained unchanged, missing expectations for slight increases. These overall disappointing prints indicate that despite all of the Bank of Japan's previous easing measures, business sentiment remains lackluster. Japanese equities rose despite the soft Tankan figures, perhaps due to investors betting that the weakness in the survey increases the likelihood for further Bank of Japan stimulus in coming months. As for today, it's a PMI day. During the European day, we get the final manufacturing PMIs for September from several European countries and the Eurozone as a whole. Given that the final prints are expected to confirm the preliminary estimates, the reaction in the euro could remain limited. In the UK, the manufacturing PMI for September is due out. The forecast is for the index to have declined, but to remain safely above the 50 line. Following the Bank of England's signals that if incoming data are broadly in line with the August inflation report forecasts, then more stimulus is likely in November, we expect this survey to attract a lot of attention. A tumble in the manufacturing index could heighten speculation for further Bank of England easing in the coming months and thus add further selling pressure on the pound. From the US, we get the ISM manufacturing PMI for September. Expectations are for the index to have rebounded back above its 50 line following the surprise dip into the contractionary territory in August. The forecast is supported by the Richmond Fed, Dallas Fed, Philly Fed, and the Empire State Manufacturing Indices, all of which rose in September. This could support the dollar. From Canada, we get the RBC Manufacturing PMI for September. On Tuesday, the Reserve Bank of Australia will gather to decide on its policy stance, and the forecast is for the bank to remain on hold. We share this view and believe that the RBA will want to take a look at the quarter 3 inflation print due out on the 26th of October before deciding whether and when it will act again. From the UK, we get the construction PMI for September. On Wednesday, from the US, we get the ADP employment report and the ISM non-manufacturing PMI, both for September. In the UK, the services PMI for the month is coming out. On Thursday, we have no major events. Finally, on Friday, the US employment report for September will take center stage. Expectations are for another month of solid employment gains overall, which could reinforce the FOMC's view in the September policy statement that the case for a rate hike has strengthened. We also get Canada's employment data for September and the UK industrial production figures for August. For more information, including technical analysis, please read the full comment on IronFX.com or download our app and get all the information you need to trade. Also, you can follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or circle us on Google Plus to get more trading ideas. This is Charalambos Pissouros, Senior Analyst at IronFX, wishing you solid trading.